Hey, kia ora. Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Surprise in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic sparkling day. Welcome to Before the Dirt Nap podcast number 1627. And yes, we have, hey, you guys can see the phone. We have our guys on TikTok joining us tonight too. So thank you again for joining, for tuning in. I don't know what's going on with my head. I must have slept on that side funny. Anyway, so last night we talked about different brain boosters to help your brain ignite and everything else. And I totally forgot to close the curtains behind me. So thankfully the lights are off behind me. But anyway, we're not even going to worry about that. We are going to go to, oops, I don't want to remove that. I actually want to do this. And then I want to go do, oh, there's another button here, this one. Actually, I think that's the wrong button. Yes, that is the wrong button. Hang on. Exit full screen, because I want to go to this over here and do this. Okay. All right. Hopefully this is going to work. Those on TikTok, I'm not sure what's going to happen with this because it will be full screen. But anyway, 15 ways to have your best year ever. So I thought this will be a good one since we're at the beginning of 2024. So let's rock and roll with this. Take control and have your best year that you've ever experienced. Oh, no, this isn't, I don't know if this is going to work. Sorry, TikTok guys. Maybe if no, that's not even going to work. I don't even know how to put this on I can't landscape on the thing, can I? Okay, anyway, let's get on with this. With a little bit of effort each day, you can make that wonderful year a reality. And as I was making this, these are some of the things in here are things that I actually do every day. It's the small things that make the most difference over time. The effect of small changes is cumulative. It really is. So when you start doing just those little things, they actually add up. Make the most of the next 12 months with these strategies. Number one, wake up early and use the time wisely. I love this one. I'm awake at 5 o'clock every morning. Most mornings I'm awake by 4:30. Do I get my full 7 hours sleep? No. But I'm up before the birds, and it is a wonderful feeling to be up that early, especially when it's a cold, crisp morning. It is absolutely amazing to be up at that hour and to be out there and just got that quiet time where you can go and do what it is that you want to do, that you need to get done to start the day. I use the time to journal, to have my moments of gratitude, to do meditation, and use that time just to get basically just to get ready for the day. And then by the time I've done with that, it's time to take Zephyr. It's daylight enough outside for Zephyr to go for a walk. So yeah, at the moment we head out for our walk around 7:10, 7:15 because of the daylight, even though the sun doesn't rise till like around 7:30. Gain an extra hour in your day. I actually gain 2 because I get up at 5 and we don't go for a walk till just after 7. You could learn to play an instrument during that time. This is different ways that you can utilize that out for meditation, learning an instrument, learn a language, write a book. This is a great time to write a book. I do a lot of journaling in this time. Sometimes it gives me ideas for my book, and so I go and take notes for that too. Or get in shape. You can't find that time. It could be doing something inside like yoga, doing calisthenics. Maybe you've got some resistance bands. Maybe just putting on some music and just dancing. Make smiling a habit. Oh, this is definitely me. I'm smiling as much as I can whenever I can. I just love to smile. This makes me feel good when I smile. You'll feel better if you smile more. And it is so true. You feel better if you smile more. You feel better. The better you feel, the better you will be. Have enough good days that you'll have a great year. Yes, I can definitely attest to that one. Have goals that excite you. It's no use having a goal if you're sort of like, oh, well, I have a goal to do. No, I really don't want to do that. Oh, but I have to have that goal anyway. No, get ones that excite you. What makes you bounce out of bed in the morning? It's hard to get up and go to work every day. Yep. It's easier to get up if you have something positive on the horizon. Definitely. Have some exciting goals that you can accomplish within a year. I like to do them not too far out, but yeah, I've actually got a 10-year goal. So number 4, if you have to commute, use your commute to your advantage. Listen to language programs, books on tape, jeepers, all your favorite songs. Oh, books on tape. I don't know why I put that in there. Yes, I do, because it's a term that I've always used. Books on tape, books on CD, audiobooks. I know it's dating me a little bit, but deal with it. You might use the time to contact potential clients. Maybe it's something just as simple as pulling out your phone and texting 10 people while you're on your commute. If you are not driving. If you're driving, hands off your phone. It's hands-free. Save more. Number 5, save more money. The comfort of having a healthy savings account balance will do more for you for your year than unnecessary spending. I have learned that one the hard way. Definitely. It's always good to have some money in the bank and look at what you're spending your money. Take the time to write down what you're spending your money on and figure out what was unnecessary spending. I tend to do emotional shopping, just like I tend to eat emotionally. So I have to be very conscious of that. Save more money if you spend. Save more money, and if you spend it where it counts. Number 6, learn something new. Yes, I have not done my learning new this week yet, but I'm working on it. I've got tomorrow off work, so if you don't have to be in school to learn something new. This one I learned the hard way when I was a teenager. I actually spent 2 weeks on a farm helping the farmer's wife. It was a chicken farm, and they had the big sheds with all the chickens and stuff in it. And so my job was to help her look after the young ones, because she had a toddler and an infant, was to help look after the baby and the toddler, as well as helping do housework and all that around the house. And every day she was in there, and she was teaching me something new when we were in the kitchen, preparing morning tea, afternoon tea, lunch, dinner, breakfast, all of that sort of stuff. Because we'd get up in the morning, we'd make a snack for the guys. The guys would come and have their snack. Then they would go out to the chicken sheds and start their day out there. And then they would come back in and we'd have a full breakfast prepared for them. Then they would leave, would clean up from that, would start preparing stuff for the evening meal, depending on what the evening meal was. But she was always teaching me something. And I says, I'm supposed to be on school holidays, on vacation, not learning all this stuff. And she stopped and she looked at me and she goes, Helen, whatever you do in life, you will never stop learning. So I have always taken that to heart and never stop learning. Discover books, videos, and experts to guide you. There are some amazing people who have written some incredible books, have done videos. You can find them on YouTube. There's different authors out there who do, different speakers who have books that they've written. They've done videos. There's people that you can sign up for their programs and things just to help guide you. You don't have to sign up for expensive programs. You can find a lot of them you can find some of them online with their advice and that sort of stuff. And you can just get those little nuggets from them. I always find biographies good because you get into it's finding out how the person thought, and especially if they're audio biographies, because then most of the biographies I have heard, the person who the book is about is the person who is narrating the book, and they put it in their way, and sometimes add in extra things that aren't in the actual printed book. So it always pays to listen to those ones. Network. This is such a value. You can't have your best year without involvement from others. And it's really true, because through networking, you can find people to collaborate with, to have joint ventures with, connect others with. So if somebody's looking for a financial advisor, if you've got a really good one, or know of a couple of really good ones, refer both of them to that one person so they can choose which one clicks with them better, that they can talk with. The same with, whenever you're referring somebody to somebody, always give them 2 or 3 options. That way, if it doesn't work out, they're not going to feel bad, because it's up to them which one they choose. Stretch yourself and meet some new people that you normally wouldn't. Things like Eventbrite, Meetup, they're great for these sorts of things, where you can go in and go to a meetup group, find something that you're interested in, go to a meetup group, and you get to meet some new people that way as well. And you never know what connections you're going to make. You never know what business deals could be made just because you decided to step outside and go and meet some new people that you normally wouldn't. A few things will change your life more than adding new people to your life. Yeah, you never know where the next business idea is going to come from, where the next book idea is going to come from. You could be inspired by somebody that you meet. Who is it that you met today that could inspire you to go out or give you that spark that sparks that idea, that next big idea, or that book that you've been wanting to write and you're not sure how to start, and finally somebody said something and you're sort of like, oh my gosh, that was my missing piece. You never know who's going to bring that in. And that person may only be in your life for that one time, those few minutes, but they have a major impact on your life. People come into your life for a reason. Some stay for a while, some are just a couple of minutes, and that's it. Number 8, enjoy yourself. Absolutely enjoy yourself. Whatever you do, make sure you're enjoying yourself. Have fun with it. You know, if you're in a boring job, find a way to make it exciting. Turn around and say, I am going to be the best, whatever it is that you do, at this. I'm going to be the best person at this. And just go out and make it fun and just have a blast with it. Use your free time wisely. Do something that you love. A lot of times there's times that you can sit, and I have done this, I am guilty of this, where you just sit around and you do nothing. You do absolutely nothing. And at the end of the day, you're like, oh, that was a waste of a day. Yeah. Read something each day. Yes, read something each day, whether it's an article, a blog, a few pages in a book. Just find something to read each day, something that is of interest to you. And because open your mind to new ideas is another great one. When you're reading, you are opening your mind to new ideas. You can teach yourself a lot just by reading a little bit each day. Yeah, pick up a book, open it, read a few pages, even if it's just one page, even if you set the timer for 5 minutes, you'll be doing a lot more than the rest of the population. Avoid reading the same types of books all the time. Yes, I can totally. I am a very eclectic reader. I read a lot of different types of books. There are some books I will absolutely not read, like horror. Most in fact, also I don't even read any sci-fi. I'm trying to think. I haven't read any sci-fi. I'm not interested in sci-fi. Fantasy, I have some fantasy books authors that I will follow, but basically, I don't read a lot of that. But I do read a lot of fiction. I read a lot of nonfiction as well. So avoid reading, I read a lot of travel and genealogy books. How do I switch that up? I'll go listen to a biography. I will go read a business book, a book on getting more leads or having that next big idea, or something like Think and Grow Rich. Just getting away from switching things up a little bit. 10, keep a journal. People go, I don't want to keep a journal. I don't care if you write it, if you speak it, if you video it. Your life becomes more interesting if you keep a record of it. And here's why. Every time you go out and you do something, you're thinking, in that back of your mind, it's like, I've got to record this, I've got to journal it. So I've got to go do something that I can write about. Because if I get to the end of the day and I go to journal, or I get to the next morning when I journal in the mornings, I look back at the previous day and go, what did I do yesterday? Oh, I only wrote a page in my journal today about yesterday. Need to put something else in there. So you think of other things to do. You'll find yourself, totally forgot the slide was next. You'll find yourself looking for ways to add interesting journal entries. Absolutely. If you laminate on the fact that every day seems to be the same, keeping a journal can change that. Absolutely. Because when you start finding out when you start recalling, or even if you go back and look in your journal entries and you start finding that you're writing the same stuff day after day after day, you'll find a way to go change that. Number 11, get more sleep. Absolutely. Everyone requires at least 7 hours of sleep to be his or her best. Not sure how much I agree with that, because a lot of times I get 5 to 6 hours sleep a night and I operate fine, but I'm actually I've read some studies on this. I'm actually going to go and try and do 7 hours a night and see how that goes. I like the butterflies. Aren't these really cool butterflies in this picture? Look at them. They sparkly butterflies. I love sparkles. Thank you, Nicholas. Yeah, and probably more. Try getting 7 hours for a week and notice how you feel. So I'm going to start tonight by making sure I get into bed early enough to get at least 7 hours of sleep and see how we go. Drop the unfulfilling obligations. If you've got obligations that are not fulfilling you, find a way that, unless they're like necessary obligations that you have to do, whether they're fulfilling or not, if they are obligations that you don't really have to do and you don't find them fulfilling, find ways that you can drop those obligations. Spend your time on optional activities. Spending your time on optional activities that suck the life out of you doesn't make any sense. And I totally, look at that sad sunflower. Totally agree with that. Practice assertiveness and say no. Drink more water. This is my favorite one. I love water. Try drinking at least a few glasses each day. Notice it doesn't give you a number. It's just a few glasses. There are different philosophies. Some people say all you need is 8 glasses a day. Some turn around and say that you have to take your body weight and drink half of it in ounces of water. So if you weigh 150 pounds, you should be drinking 75 ounces of water, which divided by 8 is like, I don't know, 9 glasses. Is that right? 9? 9 eighths is 72. So yeah. And this is one more than 8. So just a few glasses, try a few. And if you don't like plain water, cut up some fresh fruit and put it in, do this. Put water into a pitcher, stick it in the refrigerator, put some fresh fruit and even vegetables like cucumber and mint. This one's got strawberries and mint. Even basil in there tastes really good as well. Just add different fruit flavors of cut up fresh fruit and herbs and stuff and stick them in there, and just to take away the taste of water. Me, I just drink water. And drop the least healthy beverages that you consume regularly. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that some drinks you really don't want to know what they do to your stomach. But anyway, make your bed each morning. This one I have been doing since I was big enough to make my own bed. I have been doing this every single day. I do not get out of my bed without making it. I get out of my bed and the first thing I do is turn around and make my bed. And Zeffie sleeps on the other side. I've got a king bed and Zeffie sleeps on the other side of the bed. And of course I make up my side of the bed. Then I go and get showered and dressed. And when I come out from doing that, she's now up and stretched and off the bed. So I go and make her side of the bed. But it gives you a feeling of accomplishment. When you walk in your bedroom each day, you'll start the day by accomplishing something. There's that book that was written by, that Navy guy. Can't think of his name right. It's called Make Your Bed. Make Your Own Bed, Make Your Bed. I think it's called. Is it Make Your Own Bed? I have to go look it up. And it's a really, really good book. In fact, my parents were over one time, and it was 2019 when they were last over here. And my dad read the book, and he comes to me and he says, oh, this is a really good book. He says, I've got some people at home that would love to read this book. He says, do you mind if I take this copy? I says, absolutely not. I says, you take that copy, I can easily get another one. So he took that book home with them and has been passing it around his friends to read because he really enjoyed that book and thought of a few friends of his back in New Zealand who would love to read that book too. So I must ask him how that book's doing the rounds. Your room will look tidier and your self-esteem will get a boost. Absolutely, because you've accomplished one thing already in the morning. It's 5:30 in the morning and you've already got your bed made. You've had a shower, you're dressed in your bed, your bed's made, showered, you're dressed. And when you walk out of that bathroom and dressing area and into your bedroom and you see that made bed, there's just something that stirs inside you that gives you that sense of pride, that sense of accomplishment. Number 15, visit someplace new. Figure out where you want to go this year and start making plans towards it. Talk to your favorite travel professional and see what deals they've got going. Start talking to them about different trips you want to take. Start getting the budgets ready, the pricing ready, so you know what it's going to cost and that sort of stuff. And you don't have to make the trek to Everest. You could visit a nearby town. Me, who loves doing staycations and doing spontaneity, got to put some spontaneity time in there as well. So don't book your calendar solid. Allow room for spontaneity to happen. You could visit a nearby town known for having the best hamburgers in the state, or the best ice cream, or the best milkshakes. People keep going on about here in Arizona, we've got Dateland, which is down on the I-8, on the 8, yeah. And everything's dates in there. You go in there, they've got date milkshakes, they've got date syrup that you can make your own milkshakes at home, or date syrup that you can put on pancakes. They've got date preserves with different other ingredients in there. So you can either have it sweet or you can have it savory. They have chocolate covered dates, although the first time I ever visited there, I got dark chocolate dates. And every time I have visited since, they have never had them again. And I keep saying, when are you getting some more? When are you getting some more? Oh, we're not sure when we're getting some more in. So that's what you told me last time I was here 4 months ago. Have you had any since then? They're like, no. So you're only going to stock milk chocolate dates? And it's like, yeah. They don't want to commit to anything. It's hilarious. But yeah, so, if I feel like having a date ice cream or a date milkshake, we could get in the car and drive. So it takes 2 hours to get down there, I think it is, from here. Actually, we might do that one day, Zeph. Yeah, go for a drive down to Dateland. Get out of your normal surroundings and live a little. Go somewhere different. Zeph and I used to do this, and we haven't done it for a while, but we'll do it again. We'll start doing it again now that we live in a different area. And that was, we just got in the car, and whenever I came to an intersection where there was a traffic light, I would look at her and I would go, and as we're approaching the traffic light, I look at Zeffie in the back in the rearview mirror and I go, straight ahead, whatever way the traffic lights go, straight ahead, left or right, and whichever way she would turn her head, that was the way we would go. We'd end up in some interesting places around town. But, get out of the normal, go find a new park to walk in. We've found different parks that have had dog parks that I've gone and let Zeffie run around in and that sort of thing as well. So it's amazing what you can find. Your best year won't happen by accident. You got to put some work in for it. Choose to make the next year your best year ever. There you go. And always remember to plan ahead, make a plan for the year. And don't plan out every minute, every second of every day. Just leave space in there because you never know what's going to happen. You never know what changes are going to take place or anything like that. And try to add as many positives and delete as many negatives as possible. And take care of yourself and create a compelling future. Always take care of yourself and enjoy the ride. That's my thing. I want to slide in at the end and go, wow, what a ride. That's my philosophy and I'm sticking to it. So let's get back over here and get back to this. So that's 15 things that you can do this year to make it your best year ever. So go out, have fun. Do you agree with those? Do you disagree with those? Let us know in the comments. Put in there some of the things that you're going to do this year to make it your best year. What are some of your goals for 2024? Even if it's only for the next month, the next 6 weeks, the next 8 weeks, whatever it is, just let us know what you got planned and that sort of stuff. And go out and have a super fantastic sparkling evening. And we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Pacific. Oh, and on Tuesday at 6 p.m., we have something very, very special taking place that night. We've got a very special guest coming in who has an incredible announcement to make, and I can't wait for you guys to hear what that announcement is. It's huge. It's awesome. So come and join us. Mark your calendars for Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific. It'll be Tuesday, the 16th of January at 6 p.m. Pacific, because it's gonna be awesome. But have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we will catch you guys back here tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Pacific. Hey, konara.